Cancer, amputees, mental illness, all of these things bring horrible graphic images to our heads. But in all actuality, they're not any more harmful than the common cold or the flu if we use our resources viably. Tons of billions of dollars are sunk into research every year on methods to prevent and cure such occurrences from happening. However, we have a tendency not to use them because a lot of people have issues with the types of research being done because there's often a mixing of animal and human cells, or there's a mixing of different kinds of animal cells, and we view that as wrong now. There are three different groups of people that usually stand against these kind of issues. In particular, stem cell research, one of the more prominent and more promising fields in the medical world for curing such mental diseases as mental illnesses and cancer and other such occurrences. A lot of people have more obligations, believing that playing against nature is unnatural and that it shouldn't be done, and that we should stick with the advancements we have already proceeded with and other such things. And then there's just the general populace that doesn't know. They're unaware. They don't know what stem cells are. They don't know how they're used. They don't know anything about it. They get persuaded very easily about different things and have a tendency to just blow it off to the side rather than look deeper into it. And there's also the people with religious implications. A lot of people believe that such things are tampering with such things or playing God, but in all actuality, it's no different from the different medications we already have that are grown in cow fetuses and in the eggs of chickens and other such things. Now, what exactly entails stem cell research? There are three different things that really take part in that. One is incorporating animal stem cells into other animals. This can be anything from a salamander to a mouse. Now, stem cells in and of themselves inhibit and can jumpstart regrowth and healing in bodily cells. So, as we all know, salamanders and other such amphibious or reptilian species are able to regrow certain body parts or even neural tissue. And when we incorporate those into mammalian species, such as rodents, they're able to do the exact same procedures at almost an identical rate. However, a lot of people, such as PETA, view this as cruel and inhumane. And then there's also the next step is inciting human stem cells back into their embryonic metabolic stages. A fun fact is that embryos are able to recover from astronomical damage done during embryonic life period, and even newborns are able to, according to stemcellresearch.gov, regenerate fingertips lost in birth. Yeah. C-sections. And then the final method usually used in stem cell research is the conjoining of certain chemicals from stem cells of certain species of animals into others, sort of like a mixture. For example, the zebrafish gene, LCT4, mixed with the Line 28 chemical found in salamanders that can jumpstart both neural regrowth and limb regrowth. Now, there are many benefits to stem cell research that can be broken down into neurological benefits and physiological benefits. For neurological, there are three different benefits in particular, done in wide case studies. There can be the replacement of large masses of neural tissue. For example, a friend of yours or someone you may know might have epilepsy, and the typical procedure done to cure this is a lobotomy, which is the removal of an entire lobe of the brain, which can usually cause weakness or lack of function in the side of the body where the lobe was removed. But with a jump start in stem cell regrowth, that neural tissue can be completely regrown and has been done multiple times species and will allow complete regrowth. And also the curing of damaged, the next is the curing of damaged brain cells caused by trauma or disease like Alzheimer's or a car crash, anything like that. And the final is the correcting of different psychological or neurological illnesses through synaptic regeneration. So once again, Alzheimer's, epilepsy, even Down syndrome can be treated, not necessarily cured, but according to Circum.com, it can be notably treated, and there are other such benefits. Now, the physiological benefits can also be broken down into 3 categories, and it can range anywhere from getting rid of unsightly scars to the replacement of organs or tissue damaged by chemotherapy and other such procedures, to the complete regrowth of limbs and other extremities. Because once again, the setup, we all know that this skin cells are one of the fastest regrowing tissues in the human body, and a little bit of prodding from stem cells, which are actually in charge of the entire growth of the human body, can regrow almost any portion of the human body. Now that I've told you about the benefits and what exactly entails stem cell research, let's discuss some of the ways to support it. The first is, of course, voting. That's a big issue. A lot of people, especially Americans nowadays, they don't vote in general, but a lot of them don't even realize that this is a voting issue. But in all actuality, a lot of medical issues are very prominent and are often overpassed. And then also, you can join student groups or form your own student group that supports stem cell research, as they do exist, and they often speak out against this kind of stuff. And then also, are you just you as an individual arguing or defending stem cell research to someone that may not know what it is or may not even be aware that it exists, and informing them of the benefits and the untapped potential the human body has, and how we can really jumpstart that as a species. Thank you.
Thank you.